Alright, greetings. Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast. Hopefully the audio is working. Hopefully you're good at reading lips. We may just do it without audio from now on. So, I'm assuming it works. I did a recording and it worked. It's on. It's back. We're back for now. Brought to you by Fifth Dimension. Brought to you by Absolute Insanity. Yeah, some of this might be a little bit out there for some individuals. Some aren't. So, healing the human consciousness is not the easiest thing to do in the world. But having an idea of what's going on in the universe might be of some assistance. At least something to connect to. It's like, why is the world mad? Well, because there's insanity running it. So Dimension X Redux, I'll do what I can. Energies are not so great. I mean, connecting to their vibration has not been the easiest. So it's necessary for soul growth and where things are heading. So I might be putting all like insanity out there for some, but it is a part that some might feel that they're connected to. Everybody's connected to this reality. It's just the third dimension is in kind of like a hoax reality. Of course, it's for soul growth. But as you leave that soul growth and go into bizarreness, the bizarre is the normal, and what you've been through in the third dimension is just the past, but a necessary past for sure. It is all. Everything has its purpose, of course, not for no reason. Nothing's for no reason. I'm connected to the Archon Queen. She's been showing herself to me recently. Just her face, basically. To give you an idea of what I'm seeing, I'm not sure how long. See, my energies aren't the best right at the moment. What? Oh, that's weird. Why would it be connected? No. Something's different. Ha. Now I figure out how to use this thing. This is what she looks like. Now this is like Evil One from He-Man. I keep getting this image. So gives you kind of idea what Archon Queen looks like. So yeah, just do Evil One movie, and you get this bag of loveliness to make her appearance. To give you kind of an idea of what I'm connecting to. Also for Gattaca, I mentioned that yesterday with no audio. This is the other world that I picked up on that people are connected to. It keeps them in the Matrix. It's just basically a world where, you know, people enjoy it. Enjoy their football or wherever it is, kind of like a perfect society in some regards on another dimension, of course. Give you kind of an idea of what else is out there. For those that are new to all of this, if you're still can handle it, IronTeller.com, we have private sessions, we have a scheduler, we have Learn channel, other ways of Google Hangout, Zoom, and channeling by phone, 7 days for shop, 7 days here. We have other channelers and healers we recommend. We have the social network and the rabbit in all his glory. Whoops. Oh no, I know what happened there. Stop doing that. Okay, there we go. Just checking my text, make sure the audio is working. Shit. Love it. Alright, yeah, I did a Windows update and it killed my audio. So, and it shouldn't have did that. And my brain was not operating, right now it's not operating too well either. So, Archon energies here, basically, connected to different planets, of course. Mars is one of them. It's basically put an energy grid to keep us in third dimension reality. As we start to loosen that up with bizarre connections such as Dimension X, Dimension Y, whatever other dimensions. It's basically just, you know, it might feel like fantasy, but once again, it is an apparel reality. It's kind of like getting you used to connecting to those things and looking at this reality a lot differently, even helping you live in this world if it's possible. Might make it worse, but eventually it'll get better, because the idea, you're not going anywhere, most people aren't. So the idea is to bring a balance to these connections. So let's see the Archon Queen, see if she has any messages. Not sure how this is gonna go. It's like, what the fuck am I connected to? As the others, yeah, they're connected to the clones. They run clone centers and all that. I'll go back into the cloning series. I'm still adjusting to some of that. Yeah, your news people, I already went through all this, but your actors. And that's another thing about, well, that's right. I have some other things I guess I should bring up too, before I go into that. Yeah, they kind of being, alright, I'm being directed, alright, one moment, by, the spirit world. Let's see, and one moment. We're getting there. I guess we can put it out there now, then, so I can move on to bigger and better things. Hope I can do this right. Nope, wrong one. Okay, Captain Marvel. Actually, we're gonna start with Battle Angel. Anyway, Battle Angel is out today. I went to see it. I kind of got directed to see it because I didn't feel too good today. Basically, they did have channeling. They also talked about a being, I think it was Nova, that sees everything, knows everything. So it's once again, and this is an anime. I mean, it's made into a movie, but it's from an anime. I think an anime TV show. I don't know what it is, but either way, it is. It was interesting because the Nova channeled through different beings. So yeah, it's a little bit violent, but anyway, it was pretty decent. It got kind of slow in certain areas, but it wasn't bad. It was interesting seeing, you know, a being just being channeled, like the leader of the world, basically, or this world, talking through other people. So that was fascinating. Captain Marvel might, I don't know, it might do okay in the box when it comes out. It's going to come out in March. Captain Marvel as a being isn't exactly the most liked being. She's guess depending on who you connect with, she's kind of full of herself. At least the cosmic version of her, and she's not well loved. So the movie it's like the SJW the movie, basically, is what this is turning into from what it sounds like. So, like, you know, they can do better than men or something like that. So it's not looking it'd be interesting to where this become. I mean, imagine I'll make money, but it's kind of like a walking disaster. But either way, this, you know, Captain Marvel as a being is not exactly loved. Let's put it that way. Some people love her, of course, but at least that's what I got from it. So energy is being channeled, and it's yeah, controversial, as you can see. Battle Angel, I'm not going to connect to that. That mass murdering robot, I'm not big on that. As much as I can connect to that, I'm going to connect to something a little bit more bizarre. Alright, the Archon Queen keeps showing herself to me. Basically, let's see, a lot of humans are, obviously, they shut down their higher dimensional selves, so they learn the lessons of this reality. Now they're getting a glimpse of what the higher dimension energies look like. It's going to take a while for humans to adapt to it. Alien technologies, yes, have been used on Earth for thousands of millions of years in different ways, hidden from society. Yes, some might have difficulties connecting with that, but it is a fact. History has been, the alien has been left out of history throughout history. You know, your history books, they say mysteries, they say anomalies. That's all alien related, because there are many alien battles, of course, on different dimensions. Where this Earth is, yes, in a trouble, yes, be from annihilated, depending on your point of view. So another way of manipulating humanity is to keep them in the third dimension reality, kind of making it even harder. Like the stock market has a problem, or whatever it is that hits the news. A lot of that is alien influenced. To aliens, when they do these things, like if they manipulate the stock market, they learn through the human consciousness. So depending on the species, all aliens learn to a certain degree, but basically outside forces do come in and cause difficulties here, only to learn. So in humans, in their consciousness, say, yeah, sure, we're happy to deal with that. Sure, why not? Just keep throwing whatever you can at us. Well, those days are coming to an end, but we've got a long ways for that. Basically, as the consciousness becomes more alien aware, many obviously are going to go into the opposite direction of not wanting it to happen, because they're scared they have to change their lives or do something different. They're used to the old ways. It's like you take a crappy situation and you make it work for you. Many humans have done that on a massive scale. And once you did all this achievement to get this life to work for you, and then people are connected to angels and aliens, like they don't want to throw away everything they worked for. They're not ready to go into a spiritual development. They don't even know how, because it's been kind of forced out. You kind of have to force out your spiritual connection to even survive on this world, as you can see, because the psychic part is not usually mentioned. It's used, but it's not mentioned. It's confused mostly. It's confused. It's tied in a knot, basically. Many tie their spiritual side. This is why babies cry when they're born. It's because they're losing that connection. They cry for no reason, cry for hours, cry for whatever it is. They're different. Every baby's different, obviously. But it's like they're losing their connection. And when they grow up, it's like once you lose it, as you can see, it's hard to get it back. But once again, all the lessons here of survival that makes you not want to grow back, because you don't know what it is anymore. You forgot. So reconnecting to it's like connecting to a foreign land or something like that. I don't know. Humanity is going through is going into itself, basically. It is, it's finding itself within that. It's facing itself spiritually, and it's not liking what it always sees or what it feels, or because the movie world is the astral world speaking to humanity. Kind of part of the awakening, part of it's shutting down. It's different reasons. The horror, the horror movies and all that comes from a Archon energy. They have to be from a low vibration to do this to this planet. They have to keep us at a low vibration. They have to be at a low vibration too. The horror movie, war in the past, a lot of that comes from the Archon energies. Alright, let's see. So yeah, any horror movie, it's from the lower dimensions. It's different. Everybody's going to see the lower dimensions in a different way. Demon beings are going to see. Everyone's going to have it a different. For this world, the demon energies were useful because it took humanity to a new level of ascension. We call it descension, but it's also a level of ascension. It's like becoming inhumane, bringing humanity to its lowest order, to its lowest vibration. And it really has not been done before quite like this. Every world has this uniqueness This one is basically, it just took itself to a lower level of basically indecency. You know, murder every day. You know, it's pretty, not everyone's into decay, but quite a bit of it is. The gangs and all that. The gangs show where manipulation is coming from the alien beings, so it kind of gives you an idea of, you know, a lot of it is, yes, coming from space, basically. So, Archon and Queen energies. Alright, now I'm going to go a bit further into the Archon vibrations, see what I get. Alright, one moment. The woman, the female, is warning through the male at this time. The darkness of the male. The female darkness is much different here than on other planets. It is a unique energy. It's used for even positive. It is a dark side that is being brought out. That's usually kept in. So you can say the male is leading the female to its darkness. Why females are going through abuse is because the male is bringing out the darkness out of the female that's been hidden. It's like taking a rock and beating it, unfortunately. But to bring in the diamond energies, the diamond vibration. So having darkness brought to you, it's like finding darkness within you. It's like every being has a darkness. So the male, of course females do this to males too, but we're going from the male perspective at this time. A male is abusive to the female, whatever it might be. So the female finds her darkness that she didn't even know existed. Yes, it might overwhelm her because she has not experienced it for a long time. Now, darkness can go either way. It's like to knock the darkness out of you, to bring it out, to see it, to know what the hell it is. That is why the male is more dominant here, depending on how you look at it. Of course, the female does the same to the male in different ways. It's like, now I have this darkness, now I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it against you. So now you know why males are very physically abusive and females more mentally abusive. It's like, obviously this is always the case, but for many connections though, it is more the male bringing the darkness out of the female. You see the Arab world, it's mostly the male doing it to the female. As once again, we want to see your darkness, madness. How far will you go with it? Will you lose your mind? Will you find Jesus? What's going to happen with you? So it's essential. Yes, there are places that are, yes, much harder than other worlds. But basically, it's to find that darkness. And it's like, and yes, there's actually a thank you card there. Because finding darkness is not the easiest. It is hidden within the soul. So coming through a human perspective is much needed. So souls here are going to start looking at things a lot differently, if you wish to do so. Some might just call, yes, what Archons are doing is horrible, but also helping you find yourselves, digging further into your soul. Where other realities, where you're getting everything that you want, and knowing nothing about where you can go. This world is a journey into the self. Not to say that other lifetimes aren't either. It brings more positivity out, but this one brings more darkness that is necessary for the universe to exist. It needs darkness and light. There's always going to be a world like this. You will find a way to make a world like this exist. Because the only way for light to survive, darkness must exist. Some have difficulties accepting that. Because there's a lot of soul growing that needs to be growth. You need to find that. Souls here are very confused. Why is the world the way it is? I'm here to discover myself, figure myself out. Yes, no matter what coping mechanisms you use here to survive, is once again finding your darkness and cherishing it. Either you hide it and keep it for yourself, or you share it by getting married and making one's life miserable. There's different ways of doing it. Different ways of sharing one's darkness can have a dark comedy about yourself, humor. There's different ways of using it. Some goes violence. I found my darkness, I'm going to use it for violence. Everyone has their own way of using it. But finding it and bringing it out is not the easiest. Yes, you have the higher realms that, yes, are very positive. But this world also is here to bring the other side of you out. It's like getting a bath. It's like you're bathing, you're clearing yourself. You're releasing madness out of yourself so you can be a more positive being. But every once in a while you kind of come into a world that's very testing. You don't have to. But some souls feel like it's necessary. It's like to find your darkness is to bring more light into your life. It is to have both. You're not going to get rid of your darkness unless you want to. You can do whatever you want. Yes, there is knowledge there. But also to open up more passages within your higher dimensional self so you can see more through yourself. You can see darkness very well, see light very well. Coming into this world is a necessity of going deeper into yourself that not everyone cares to see. So darkness, yes, it's not evil. Some do go to evil. But with that evil, as you can see, brings out more darkness among many. But also brings a lot of dark karma, demonic karma to that soul. But they got a high off of negativity and they don't know how to let it go. But that's what you're here for, to figure that self out, to see where darkness goes. The beings here that are causing the demonic beings have not been fully understood by your society. Yes, they have a great amount of knowledge, and they have high light within their own darkness, actually. They know how to manage it and balance it. That does not mean they're an evil being. They may have darkness. Does not mean they have evil intentions, but some do, of course. It's for you to... It's many different understandings. Those of you who see darkness follow that incarnation into other realms, into other universes of that soul. Where did that soul's darkness come from? So you follow where they came from through incarnation cycles. It's like you're here to understand your planet. You're here to bring, yes, one harmony, a balance that is needed for soul creation. You're here to continue to build on and on and on forever. And once again, balancing of good and evil is needed for creation to continue. There's always some people that dark does not exist. It needs a purpose. You have a purpose. You would not exist without each other. And finding that balance is very difficult among humans here, as you can see. And many are, yes, having difficulties with that, but it's finding a balance. Some have yes, strong psychic abilities where they're seeing things much different, actually from a higher dimensional level of understanding. They're seeing alien beings and lower dimensional beings moving around. That is where your consciousness is going. You will see more of how these beings are operating on your planet. Some are already experiencing it right now. So instead of talking about what's on your latest news of CNN, whatever it might be connecting yes to vibrations instead. What is that ghost doing today? What is that alien doing today? Instead of what Donald Trump ate today. Once again, humans are going to a lower self of their consciousness. Of ridiculousness, yes. Of childishness, yes. It's a necessity. How low can we go? Now we have all this technology. How low can you go? How much of a child can you act like? An adult child, as many do act like that, as you can see in your media. Yes, they're playing it out as long as they can. You won't be able to do this ever again. It might as well have a childish way of looking at the world. So as you are bringing in more vibrations from the higher dimensions, many are not wanting to let go of their toys of this reality, holding on to it for dear life. Don't let me let go of my TV or whatever it might be, my boat. It's all having fun. Not to say when you grow up you have to leave those things. You just see it differently as your soul graduates from the third dimension to the fourth dimension. Yes, you will see many beings here as it will feel comfortable to connect with you. Many are not comfortable right now. Well, you're not comfortable with it either. Comfort is coming. It's just time for us to all know each other. And you'll be connecting to our realms more clearly. The Dimension X realms, there are different names for it. The realm of architecture. The architect of your society. To help you think the way you think. Put your framework of thinking and ideas into your mind. For education, for arts, for new talents. Some of you discover new talents here you never thought you'd had in other realities. Some of you are the exact opposite on this planet too. Some of you are the kindest souls in the universe, but when you're in the higher dimensions, you're not always the nicest. You don't have to be. But you come here is like, I don't need that darkness. I found the light. And some lighter beings come here and find more darkness here. So be surprised how opposite many of you are in the different realities. They come to find happiness because they realize those that are kind of sneaky in the other dimensions come into this world as like, oh, I gotten thrown in jail a long time ago in this world. I don't want that to happen again, so now I'm going to be Mr. Friendly for a very long time. So it does bring in more light into your energy, actually. So like, remember, if you do something bad, you know what's going to happen. It's like, oh, how are you doing? Hope everyone's having a lovely day. Because that's the last thing you want to deal with is something. So this is why your world is slowly unraveling itself. Many connect to drugs, weed, for once again another soul growth connected to higher dimensions. Another way of just like, oh, I'm at a balanced, neutral state of mind. Now I need drugs to take me somewhere else. I'm not here to be bad. I am here to be good, but I'm kind of in the middle of all. I don't want any bad, or I don't want to cause any trouble. I just want to have fun, basically. So a little bit of high brings you up to a new dimension. So they actually, some do feel this at times. But you're here basically putting the pieces of your reality together. And we're giving you pieces, and some are just taking it's like, that is insane, no thanks. The soul has different ways of learning, and we are working through this one to bring some souls that want to go from a different direction, a different point of view. It's like that makes a little bit more sense. Soul growth has different ways of growing, and knowing about the insanity of your outside world is a necessity for growth. As we give this to you, it's up to you what you do with it. Dimension X, Dimension R, Dimension Y, Z. There are different realities that you are all connected to. We have only named a few, at least in detail. Yes, there are different presidents in Dimension X. It's not just one. There are different sources of power there that some of you may be able to connect with, possibly. as you know that world well. If you dive into it, many block it out for understandable reasons, but many of you want answers to your reality. Why certain colors live on this world is to keep the vibration at a low energy field. Your colors can be a lot more vibrant, but you chose to keep them tame. Certain colors keep you at certain vibrations. That's why they're here. So even what you wear, vehicle color, where you live, the color of that, it's all part of your vibration. It's all connected to you in the long run. Blessings to you. Yes, this is short right now. Alright, we'll keep it short for the moment. I'm out of focus, but that's okay. Hopefully you can hear me. Make sure people can hear me. Yeah, we're good. So, alright, much love everyone. I'm out of focus, but that's okay. As long as you can hear me, that's all that matters. Take care. Back tomorrow. It's been kind of a heavy day, so I should be better tomorrow. Take care.